Generic greetings and welcome to Kingdom 2 Crowns Norse Lands, or Norse Lands as you can call it if you are playing it co-op. Either way, today's greed-defeating beverage is a very nice and warming Bovril, the perfect beverage for keeping warm against those brisk northern winds, although to be fair, it is actually summer here in the game. So either way, welcome back to Kingdom 2 Crowns. It's been a while since I've touched on the game. We did a series in the past, and I've also done a series on New Lands as well, but needless to say, I do like the series, and this is a recently released DLC called Norse Lands, which is, as you may imagine, all themed around Norse mythology, and I believe it's the first paid-for DLC for Kingdom 2 Crowns. I think there was Shogun and Deadlands, but those were free releases. And as I said, this is paid for. So you know, I was excited to see what it has to offer, and I've played a couple of hours of single player and about 8 to 10 hours of co-op multiplayer with a friend. So needless to say, it is still a bit of a first impressions because I haven't completed it yet, but I've played enough to get the thoughts and feelings down. So I just want to show you a little bit of the game. If you've not seen Kingdom in the past, essentially it's a side-scrolling tower defense game. You have a main central village and you have to expand out and defend and make sure that you get resources, etc. Very simple to control. It's basically WSD and that is pretty much it. And as I said, you do have to defend. So we have like walls here and archers and all of that sort of thing. And the thing you have to deal with is the enemy, which is called the greed, which come from those portals that can be seen on the left there. So I actually want to go and destroy that at some point. As I said, this is the paid-for DLC called Norse Lands, and it changes things up. So all of your guys are armed, unlike in previous ones, so even your builders are armed with an axe, and you can actually equip them with a shield as well to make them more defensible. I'm actually going to go over to this bit here. This is where we've got a shield. You can see the banner on the left there. That's just indicating this is the place where we can build shields. And yes, it changes things up, so we don't get catapults, we get berserkers instead. We have different upgrades and obviously different mounts and chariots and things like that. In fact, yeah, this is my mount here. It is a chariot with 2 cats pulling it because... Well, actually, I don't have a reason and an answer for that, but it just is because, so there you are. I'm going to show you a little bit of the game. If you're familiar with previous iterations of the game, then a lot of this will be familiar to you. It is the same but different. The main takeaway, I think, at this stage is that it is a lot more difficult to defend because the walls are just not as good, at least at this stage. And all of your guys are very aggressive, so you can actually tell them, this sort of... this big statue here, you can give 1 coin to that at night and people will stand outside to defend the wall, and because they're armed with shields and such, they can actually weather off attacks. You don't have catapults, you also have berserkers, which I won't be showing you here because this is only the 2nd island, so you get that from the 3rd onwards, I think. And yeah, those guys just jump out and absolutely murderize everything and then proceed to die very quickly, I find, but there you are. Anyway, I'm just going to upgrade this wall here because I don't like the intermediary walls being so low tech. I'm also going to spend some money on getting this boat to its finished stage, which won't take too long. And there we go, that's it. So I am going to also probably get a little bit of cash, and I want to expand to the... I think I want to expand to the left-hand side, which means sending out an attack. So I'm going to do that. So that skybox is nice. If you're wondering, is it as good looking as before, and is the soundtrack amazing? It's yes to both of those. Anyway, so this is one of the attacks. This is the attack at night here. Well, the only attack at night. And you can spend a coin on here, and what it'll do is basically get these all guys together, and then they'll stand outside to defend the wall, because as I said, the wall is not as powerful as other ones. I'm actually going to try and give the guy at the front some coin, but looks like he's already got it. Other mounts are available. There's a mount that was... what does a friend have on our co-op game? I'm pretty confident they've got a mount that when you've activated the run, they put like fire down on the ground, which is really, really cool. Obviously, you've got different things you can upgrade with and things like that as well. I'm just going to send this guy out to attack, and let's see what happens. Although, oh, it's actually... that's bad. It's actually sent the one bloke and 1 defense archer with him, and that's it. That's going to go all kinds of bad. I don't think they're going to survive. Oh, well, I guess we'll have to just leave them be. I can't actually send the other one for reasons I don't know why. Anyway, so we're going to go over to the other side. The boat is now in the water. There we go. Obviously, I'm not going to head off at this stage because we've still got loads to expand to. Obviously, all of the look of the game is different when it comes to the architecture, so the buildings are different and such, but they are functionally the same. Oh, there you go. Look, this banner is already torn, so they've already been defeated. Yeah, that's far from ideal. I'm just going to give the merchant a coin, and they're going to head off. I think there's also a free update that comes along with this, so a new enemy type, which is like a crab that hits like a freight train, and also there is the ability to upgrade. Oh, that wall's destroyed. Let me get that fixed again. That's a common theme you will find in the game, that walls get destroyed very, very quickly and easily. Yes, as I was saying, there's a feature now that when you overrun the villages, normally they would be destroyed, but now what happens is you can spend some money, and that will then essentially rebuild that village back up. It takes a little bit of time to do that, and obviously a little bit of coin. And once that happens is the village will then keep spawning villages like it would previously, but then it costs you some money to recruit them. Instead of 1 coin, it costs you, I think it's like 5 or 6. So you can, instead of leapfrogging over, for those who have done that, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just barge your way through and then build it. It's not very good for the bank balance, but it is something that you can do if you do so desire. You see what different things walking around as well. We've got like turkeys and pheasants and different like squirrels and all sorts of stuff. So there you go. This is, I think it's a 1 coin. Yeah, it's a 1 coin mount. I'm pretty sure that'll be the stag. So yeah, just going to charge over here, and I want to probably get rid of 1, 2, 3. And then 4, because I want to build on this section here if I can, but obviously it's going to take a little while, and the problem with that is the greed may be already on their way, so we'll have to see what happens. Obviously it's all about timing in this game, if you've seen or played in the past. There's all those trees being knocked down. Different types of trees as well, I think, just because of like the biome where we're supposed to be. So there you are. There's one last builder coming along. You see they've also got shields as well, so they can defend themselves, and they can attack if need be. So they're not as useless as the original ones in the game. Not going to spend any money on that, because I do want them to head back as soon as possible. So this was a destroyed village that I've now built a house on it, and you can see we've got like washing on the line and things like that, and every day someone will come out and it'll sort of stand around just like other villages, and then you can recruit them as well. This is a defensible point, but I don't think I'm going to spend any money over there. The bonus for this chariot, by the way, is that you get a sprint, so I'm just going to stop and let them hunt. I think they can hunt anywhere, and they'll just grab something from the ground there, and then your sprint is, well, it's super fast. You can get from one side to the other very, very, very quickly. I do want to get a lot more archers. I want to at least double the amount of archers that we've got, but that obviously requires some money and some villages, so I'm going to head to the left-hand side, because I know there's at least 2 areas where I can get a couple of people. So let's see if I can sort that out. Here is the attack here, and as you can see I've got a tower there with 3 archers, and I've got archers back here. I'm going to spend a coin to send them out to go and attack, and there you go, they quickly make work of that. That's one of the big differences with this. You have to be quite aggressive when it comes to your defense, which sounds counterintuitive, but because you don't have the catapults and you don't have all of the other support stuff, you do just need to, let's say, keep sending your people out. Oh, there we go, 1, 2, and then 3. That's good. Yeah, keep sending them out to weather that attack. The downside with that is that you can only be one side at once. So I often find in single player, the walls tend to fall down at one side. You have to rebuild them, so it does cost you money. Also, the substitutes for the catapults are berserkers, and they'll jump over the wall and really go to town on the greed. But then, if they don't kill them fast enough, the greed, I mean, then they'll get overwhelmed. So that can be a bit of a problem. I'm not too sure whether that's by design that it's that difficult or whether it's just a balance issue, but I do find in co-op it's actually a lot easier because one person can take either side and such, so it's alright there. Anyway, I'm just going to rush over to the right to see just how many people we may have lost. Excuse me. Oh, we've got some lightning there. And yeah, see if we lost any people, and also see if we have a wall destroyed or anything. I've got a lot of coin on me. I'm going to probably buy a couple more bows. And yes, as you can see, this wall has now been destroyed. So yeah, we have to constantly keep repairing this thing, which is suboptimal to say the least. definitely suboptimal. I also want to go over to the right to see if there's anyone hanging outside. You can tell immediately if someone's there because they'll be standing outside whittling something, I think. You get like different animations when they're there. Okay, so I think I do want to build up to this point, but it's going to be probably not something I can do until I've removed few more of these trees, just for like a bit of a safety net. If I built something here, archer-wise, it's too far away from the wall to be effective, so I'm probably not going to do that. I could creep to this side here, but I don't know if it's desirable or not. Just going to head back. I should see... Yes, so this has been removed, this shield, so someone's now got hold of that. And all of the archer things have been removed as well. Archer things? Bows. There we go. I'm actually going to buy 4 bows, I think, in total. And also spend a bit of money on upgrading the wall. This big floating rock thing here also indicates what upgrades and things you have. So... I don't know about them all because I've only ever used a couple of them. Ooh, that's some nice lightning in the background there. Yeah, I've only ever used one of them, and it's a bit of a spoiler, but it's quite interesting to talk about. There was a shrine that I found, and I had to spend coins in various orders, and then finally, after I think it was 4 days, there was basically a floating skull there, and I picked up the skull, and that gave me another ability when I pressed up, and that was this one here where my torch is here, and that caused it basically allows you to spawn some like undead warriors, so like you rise up the ghosts from along dead warriors, and they would do a lot of damage. It was 3 archers and one sort of warrior guy at the front, which would be able to tank very, very well. So the weather is finally really sort of letting go, and we've got lightning and rain and all sorts. It does seem to rain a lot more in this game than in previous ones, and I don't know if that's confirmation bias and it's not actually the case, or whether it actually is the case and it does just generally rain. It would make sense being the sort of the place where we are, I guess. Waiting for the greed to come in. As soon as this attack is sent, I'm going to go to the right-hand side to get the wall built. So as you can see, sending them outside is making it a lot easier for us to defend. You can see the guys losing some coin, and actually, oh yeah, we've lost a couple of people there. So it's not guaranteed that you will win that fight. So I've lost one of those. So let me just upgrade that, like getting more people here, and there you go. Okay, over to the right-hand side then, and we're going to increase our borders and make our wall a little bit longer. We're going to go over to this section. While I'm over here, I'm also going to spend some money to remove some trees. So one there. I'm just going to stop while these guys have a bit of a rest. There we go. What were we on? Day 21. Day 21. So we're going to expand to here, and then I'll remove some of the trees and then upgrade all of this. And looks like this is a defensive point, I think, here. So that'll be okay, because I'll be able to thin out some of the greed as they come this way. I could also build one here, but I'm not entirely convinced it's the way forward. So we shall see. Although when the wall falls, and I do stress when the wall falls, not if the wall falls, it does seem to be an inevitable thing. Yeah, we'll have to see about changing things up maybe. I'm also trying to go forward because you will get the building spawn where you can buy the shields, and obviously that makes them a lot tougher. So I'm just going to have a look around just to see if we can get all those. Here's some archers coming along, and hopefully they've been killing on the way past and they've got lots of coin. They've got the odd bit of coin. That's fine for us. As long as I can get this wall upgraded to the maximum level, then I should be fine. So we've got one there, one there, one there, and all of these in here as well. It seems to be that's a wall, and we could place one here, so that's pretty good. I may end up heading to that part after I've upgraded all this. And there we are. Got that done. These guys are getting me paid as well, which is fine. All of this is getting destroyed. Multiple schools of thought when it comes to the game, whether or not you destroy all of the forest or whether you manage it. Really comes down to personal preference, I think. So yeah, this one here, as you can see, we've got I think that's a defensive point, that rock there, that bit of foundation. I think I can build on that. And then I can go here as well. Okay, yeah, Okay, so that might be the next thing to go for. Oh, here we are. So this is one of the destroyed villages that I recently built back up to have a house on it, and it costs you 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 coin. So if you kept it essentially built, you didn't go ahead and destroy everything, it would only cost you 8 coin to get one person, but now it costs, I think it's 6 or 8 coin to build the house, and then after that costs more. Oh, actually we have berserkers. I can show you berserkers, right? So I'm going to upgrade to some berserker fuel. So you spend money here. I'm going to call them berserkers. I don't know if that's the official name for them. The fun's in finding out with Kingdom, where there's a lot of things that you just don't know what it does, and the fun is definitely in finding out. So when you buy this, it gives you this little bit of juice that goes down there, and one of the builders will come along and drink it. And as you can see, they're powered up. So they are now one of our berserkers. So let's just see what those are like. And yeah, spoiler alert, they're quite effective. Although sadly the greed are already knocking at our door. So yeah, we're going to lose this if I don't send people out to murder them. And oh, they're already gone. You can see the berserker charges up. He shouts, and sadly he won't be able to do much more. He would have to charge forward. Yeah, he would charge forward and take stuff out, but not at this stage because all the greed are already dead. So he's just shouting now. He's just really annoyed. You see that? Yeah, he's really annoyed. Anyway, let's go back to the left-hand side in this case, because I want to make sure that everything is all right. I have a feeling, however, we may have lost some wall. So that's one of our berserker upgrades there, but I'm not seeing the building to give us the. Yeah, I'm not seeing the building that'll give us any shields, which is curious. So let's just go to the left-hand side. I'm sure the farmers have got loads of cash on them, because we haven't been here in a while. Yeah, okay, it's just this building here which is for shields. I don't know if that can do both sides or not. So I'm just going to pick up all the cash that I can. And yeah, we've been paid. Okay, so I think money's going to be overflowing now. Oh, the wall's actually okay. That's fine. That's great, in fact. So I do want to send an attack. Can I send an attack? Yes, double attack as well. So this is all of our guys going forward. Lots of archers as well. This will be able to destroy this left-hand side portal. I hope, anyway. I hope. I would assume that all of these archers and the defensive guys would be able to deal with it. What I'm going to do, though, is go forward to where these people are, and I'm just going to drop loads of coin, and if they pick it up, that basically gives them like a... It's almost like Sonic's rings. It's like a buffer, so when they get hit, they drop a coin rather than just dying or losing their job. See that? So they dropped a coin. Sometimes the coin will fly off into the water, sometimes they'll just bounce back and whatnot. But, yeah, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'll see that he's not going far forward. There you go, there's your coin. And I think that is going to be pretty much sorted. So I'm going to head back because I don't really need to worry too much about what's going on there. That is, I think, dealt with. So let's go back. And I do want to get a couple more shields here, because we're totally out of shields. Don't know if you want another farmer either, but I don't think so. Dog's still barking. Is it a dog or a wolf? I always say dog, but it might be a wolf in this. But yeah, they are barking away. And, that noise and the darkening of the sky means that we have destroyed that. We have destroyed that portal. I'm just going to get some more berserkers here, and we'll see what this is like. Obviously, you're doing that though, it will pull off all of these workers. They will head out. Let's just spend a ridiculous amount of money recruiting that one person there. And yeah, you have to ensure that you don't overspend when it comes to the berserkers, because you can use up all of your builders very quickly. Dog's barking, and the dog is barking to the right, so that's where the greed are coming. So I'm just going to charge out. There they are. So let's just see what happens. I'm going to send these guys out front to defend the wall. The berserker's going to charge up. In fact, there's 3 of them now, and they're just going to go absolutely berserk over there. And as you can see, they just charge around and chop stuff up. So brilliant. They've wiped out all of those without any real problem whatsoever. So that worked out for us. That's good. Right, I think that was the attack. Or was that the retaliation wave? Yeah, that's okay. We've won that one. So as you can see, it does require a little bit more micromanaging of the defense. So that can probably be a bit troublesome in single player, especially for the bigger maps. And I said I don't know if it's intentional, it's that difficult, or whether it's a bit of an issue with the balance. But as I said, in multiplayer, when co-op, I found it to be fairly fine. Let's have a quick look on the left. Then I want to make sure that this is destroyed, this portal. And yep, there's that portal, completely destroyed. So I'm going to extend the front lines. Go to there, and then dig back over. The reason I haven't removed any of this stuff here is because that is where the merchant goes back to. The trader, merchant, there's multiple names. Either way, the guy that turns up and has lots of coin. And yes, I don't want to wipe that out. I don't know if you can wipe it out. I assume you can't and then rebuild it, because I think it's only for these villages that you can do that, but you never know. As far as I'm aware, you can't. Let's just get these guys recruited. There's 4. Job done. And obviously a lot cheaper than destroying them, having to rebuild it and work from there. But at least you now have the option to do that. Previously you had to either skip ahead and keep them there, or you would have to just accept that you're going to wipe them out. Bit concerning that the attack has already been sent and the wall isn't even done, the first level of wall. Oh no, sorry, the first level of wall is done. But it's not that good. But I am going to send people out to the front to protect what is the wall here. We'll probably get to a level 2 wall without any great difficulty. But we've got no berserkers on this side. And there's going to be a level 3 wall. Yeah, let's go for a level 3 wall. And also, what's this? Is this... Ah, it's shields. And all the shields come with, which is good. So at least it's moved all that forward. Still waiting for the attack, but it's not coming. No attack. Interesting. How interesting. Let's just get this upgraded. And don't really want to build much further forward. Not that I can, because I'm totally out of coin. The archers are trying... You can see the arrows coming up. There's an archer back here in the wall, and he's actually hitting the wall. Hey, there's a coin. Okay, so I'm just going to destroy that. Get that ordered. And let's go back. The dog keeps on barking. I'm not too sure why. Normally that indicates where there's an attack. And, oh, there you go. So, in previous games, I don't think the towers would empty themselves, but now, if there's a shortage or they need to move forward, then they do tend to clear that. Let's see if any of these guys have got some coin. Looks like some have. And we'll get a lot from the farm as well. Yeah, that's good. Who's that in there? Oh, they're actually hiding behind. Yeah. Oh, good. We've also got another... We've got a berserker thing on this side, so we can recruit some more berserkers. But obviously I do need, for that, some builders as well, because I am replacing those. So I'm going to go with 1 and 2. So we now have berserkers on both sides. So that should be better. Let's check the right-hand side. There's our big boost, which massively helps us out getting from one place to another. Haven't got all the mounts in the game yet, but I am looking forward to finding those out. I also don't think we've got many free archers. I think most of them are... they've been recruited by those guys. Well, that guy's been busy. What about you? Oh, you've been busy as well. Brilliant. Actually, no, there are several free archers around here. Okay. Let's remove some of these trees. Up to this line. It means we don't get any deer or anything wandering around, but we do get the little critters. The winter time, it seems to be relatively unchanged. You don't have any pikes to skewer into the water and get fish. I don't know if there's a different variation later on. I haven't found that out yet. But the fun will be in finding that out. Also, I want to know what all of those are. I know what the skull does, but it looks like you've got a hammer, a horn, and like a... It looks like a fire staff or something, or some sort of like spiked staff of some kind. waiting for a builder to come along to grab that trinket. There's them upgraded. So I think that is now 3 on both sides if I get both of those. And we've still got a relatively decent amount of builders, and also there's a relatively decent amount of cash as well. But yeah, first impressions are fairly positive. It's different enough to warrant... Oh, hang on, there's a cat. You can befriend a cat. There we go, I've befriended a cat because I've got a cat chariot. And I think that's a rare achievement. At least it was at this stage. Let me just send these guys out to defend. Yeah, it's different enough. It is the kingdom, you know, I guess, if you've played the game. And look at that berserker. But it is different enough that it does feel fresh. In terms of the difficulty, though, that may be a sticking point for some, because it does seem to be more difficult and not as chill as the base games. But it is what it is, and like I say, that may be intentional. That may be something to be looked at in future, maybe updates and balance passes and such. But yeah, no catapults. You have the berserkers. You've got the having to send them out and such, and lots more things to find, and also little puzzle elements as well, which is pretty good. But that's a bit of Kingdom, and as you can clearly see, hopefully, it is still a beautiful looking game, and the soundtrack is great as well. So there's always that. I mean, it's, as I said, the first paid for DLC for Kingdom. There's been Shogun and Deadlands, and I've tried a fair bit of Shogun, but only a tiny bit of Deadlands, and completed several times the base game. So I was definitely looking for more Kingdom, and that's what we have here. So overall, like I said, it is a positive. I'm looking forward to exploring the rest of it, getting the upgrades, seeing what there is, and as with a lot of these runs, I'll complete it once and then know a better sequence of doing things, what I want, what I don't want, because you don't get enough money to get everything, and money and gems to get everything in one go. So it'll be fun in finding out. But either way, that's been a little bit of Kingdom 2 Crowns Norse Lands, or Norse Lads if you are playing it co-op, or New Lands as I keep probably calling it. Either way, it's the DLC, and the link is in the description. If you want to see more, by all means let me know. If you have any tips, suggestions or feedback, then I would love to hear it. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings. And we'll pay the banker.